Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Tommy J and Ralph, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. It's not going to be a real long video today. Or live stream. I was just messing around. This, I think, is either got to go back to GoPro. I was going to take a little video of the bike yesterday and started fiddling with it, and it was acting up. And then this morning, I never did get the video on the bike. I'm going to get it today. I just guess I'm going to take it with the 7. The problem with the 7 is it has good stabilization, good picture, obviously. All that footage from Ko Chang on the bike riding, getting off the ferry, that was all with this. So there's nothing the matter with it, but except I don't have the external deal to be able to plug in external microphone. And I tested again the Comica, and it sounded really good. I put it on this, the mirrorless, and I guess I'm going to have to make a bunch of adjustments and fool around with it because the white balance, I'll show you. I think I can, let me see, can I, video file, where are you? There you are. And I believe it's this one. Let's see if it comes up. I'm going to do probably going to be live. But you can see the white balance is all, and I didn't try any settings. To use the mirrorless, just a talking head type thing like this for videos, like inside the camper or the caravan, will be fine. But when I went out, I don't think the stabilization's that great on it. So I got to fool around with it. So I think for the bike deal today, for the quick video, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the 7, and then I'll figure out. I guess you'll see like either it's really really slow or non-existent. I mean, you can see something. It's got to be the white balance. Hey, how you doing, Ted? Hope you're having a good New Year's. But I don't particularly like it. It's an M3 Canon mirrorless. I've got my full size, and I could use the full size too, but the thing's heavier than shit. That's why I like the GoPros. It's just this is the first time that I've had any real problems with the 9. So we'll see. But it looks real shaky. And it could be settings. Like I said, I got to get into it. I haven't touched that mirror. This is what I like about it, is that I can zoom with it. Of course, I've got this freaking just as expensive as my laptop, iPhone 15, and I do have a gimbal for it. Not that I need one. If I'm doing live streams, then yes, but it's I don't know. I bought a gimbal that I had for my phones, so it does fit on this and it does use it. So either that or I got to make a stick like this. Just I think I've got a phone clamp. Either way, I should be shooting with my iPhone 15. Like I said, I paid more for that iPhone 15 than I did for my MSI gaming computer that I do 4K videos and stuff with. So we'll see. Explore with Drew, how you doing? Glad you could stop by. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna. I don't think I'll have a bunch of people here. I was gonna start doing, just so everybody knows, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Today I think is Sunday. I'm retired, but it. I think just 3 days a week is enough. But I did want to bring it up and kind of put that in there, and then I'll probably mess around with this one. I also the guy that I'm having do the demo work and resealing and doing the new filtration system on the front pond is supposed to be here this morning. I drained the pond yesterday, so we took a little bit of fish that were in there. Hey James, how you doing? Hugs Life, how are you? Glad you can make it. Waza, glad you can make it. MSI, you said I always recommend it. Yeah, it's a great laptop, man. I dig it, and I paid less than I paid for that freaking iPhone 15, and it's enough to piss you off. But the only reason that I didn't bitch or jump on myself or say you're spending way too much money on phone, my last one was an iPhone 8, so it's not like I upgraded every year. How long ago was that? 8, 9, 10, 6, 7 years ago. So I didn't feel as bad, but I think I paid 52,000 baht for this, and I paid, I think, 48,000 for the. It's not the top of the line MSI, but it perfect for what I need it for. I'm not a big gamer or anything, but I guess it even works decent with gamers because, in case you guys don't know, Waz is a gamer, and if you guys aren't subscribed, where am I? Please do. Yeah. No, I haven't had that either. That's what I'm saying. People have been bitching about overheating and stuff like that. Now I'm not, I don't shoot a lot of video, but I'm not out trying to shoot 5K in 100 degree, 89% humidity out here in Thailand. If I leave it up on my dash and something like that, yeah. But no, this is the first real problem, and I've had it. When did the 9 come out? Again, 3 years ago or something. This is the first, and it's definitely a problem with the camera. It's not. Chuck said, try an SD card because the SD cards could be going crappy, and I tried that, and it's even worse. It's doing something else now, so something happened to it. I don't know. They either got. Hey, Bobby, how you doing? Uh, my backup system is MSI laptop with my main gaming. Yeah, and the computer, you can't really see it, but back over here, I shouldn't say I don't game at all. I do race in iRacing, but the computer that I bought for this, I just wanted something that would work. I could use my VR and stuff on, and the one that I just bought really cheaply, with the lights up and the big fans, and you probably know all about that crap. But the guy I talked to was really a good guy, I guess, and he wasn't trying to screw me or anything. I said, I just need something that'll let me do my iRacing separately from having to plug in my laptop because I wanted to leave it here with this little YouTube area, and he did. And it's when you turn it on, it's an MSI whatever motherboard or whatever you say it. Because I know I know in case you do have any questions about any kind of gaming stuff and computers. I know I've seen and watched Waza enough to. He has went with friends to the computer store over there in Bangkok, I think, and built them from the ground up, which totally amazes me because I can barely turn it on. If I didn't know where that button was, I'd really be screwed. I'm sure if you have any questions, go to Waza, and I think you do them every Saturday afternoon, right, or morning here in Thailand. He does a live stream, and he'll, I'm sure, more than willing to answer any questions you have about what your computer. So, and Bobby's here. Oops, what happened? Bob, I got the card working. Well, you do for subscribers? What, me? What do I do? What did I do? I don't have that many subscribers. I've got, what do I have now? I'm getting close to 2,500, but I get about one a day. I get 30 a month. I'm not, I don't get that many subscribers, but the subscribers that I do have are top notch and great people. So we have fun here. Hey, Lewis, how are you? Glad you could make it. But I know Waza does. Oh, I see my wife out there. She's up and screwing around with her plants, which she loves to do. So if you've seen that, well, you saw the video semi of that backyard with that other with that M3, and it's got to be in the programming. So I got to get in there. Cameras, I'm fairly versed in. I just never screwed with that one because I never used it that much. And um, like I said, talking head stuff, just sitting sitting up here, dialed in, face tracking, focus, talking and doing like I would do maybe in the trailer when I get to doing more of those, which my wife had just told me about. They're doing the guy that sold me the trailer sent a deal saying there's a guy in Buriram that wants to buy one. So he told my wife, "Is it okay? It's a lot closer for him to come from Buriram over to my house and look at the trailer than go to Bangkok." And he says, "If I do, I'll get you," because I told him I wanted a spare wheel and some other stuff. He said, "I'll give it to you if he does it. Plus, I'll give you money on top of it." And then he also told my wife about, where are you? Where are you? Here it is. This deal, which I don't know if you can see it, it's probably backwards too. It's a caravan motorhome Thailand meeting, 2024 on the 26th and 27th of this month. And so I think the kids are going to actually take off, or they have a couple of days off or whatever, and we're going to go to it. And it's up in Kalyai. Am I saying that right? It's up there. And look at Bobby posted another short. Imagine that. Well, that screwing with Bobby. Anyway, hey Cobus, hey Gator. But it it looks very interesting. Plus, I wanted to get up there, and maybe I'll go up before that too. But anyway, back to the other thing. And then he said, if you go up there and somebody comes over and looks at the trailer and ends up buying one, my wife, of course, is, because he said I'll give you like, I don't know, 10,000 baht or something. So she's, that, when it's probably over half of what you make a month, I think it makes your ears pick up, a little bit. So my wife's interested in, she's a good salesperson too. So it would be good for him. And it's a good trailer, Like I said, it's out of China. Biggest thing that I've had a problem with, the wheel, I almost broke it off. The way that it slides up and down, the ones I'm used to, you pull them and turn the wheel. So now the wheel's completely out of that area underneath the A-frame front of the trailer where it hooks onto the truck. And the last time it was almost four-wheel driving up there in the mountains, and I hit it pretty good. It's gone. I already ordered one off of Lasada. It was 1,000 baht for a double wheel, 1,500 pound deal, the one that turns. So I'll have the guy put it on there. But the only real thing that I've had, I replaced the water gauge, full, half empty gauge once already, and it's already bad again. So I haven't even told him about that yet. But everything else that's got hot water heating is off of a propane tank. The outside burner cooking area is propane, and then everything else off. I've got 1,000 watts of solar on the roof, two big giant 24 volt. I forget how many amp hours. I can go 24 hours pretty much of running my 24 volt air conditioner at 25 degrees Celsius without having to have any sunshine or anything. But I do have that 2300 watt, excuse me, um, quiet generator and a full tank of gas. And then, so if the sun comes out like it's been, I could go pretty much indefinitely with just that, as long as I park in the sun. Now, when you saw, if you watched that last video, when I did the drone up there and you could see me down there, I parked there specifically. I didn't want to be in the shade. If I would have had my druthers, I would have parked right out in the middle. Because even with the thing beaten down on there with that air conditioner going, it's awesome. Now, the kids right behind us, they put their tent up. They needed to be in the shade. But PJ, how are you? It's a classic car caravan. Is that what it is? I don't know. We have a spot there already. Yeah, he said he would buy us the spot to go, I guess, to promote his trailer. Lewis, I believe, is saying when he's going to be here. Well, that's cool. I'll have to. Hopefully, I'll meet you there then, because we're going to go on the 20, whatever it was, 25th and 26th of this month. Hey Ryan, how are you? God, I got it behind real quick, didn't I? Just by rambling a little bit. Okay, I'm caught up. But I have no complaints, and it's Chinese made. It comes, I think, in a box car here, uh, and I have no real complaints about it. I like it a lot. They do make them more rugged. I'm going to see if I can turn the axle, flip the axle in it to get maybe 6 more inches of clearance. But I think once I put that wheel on there and get it completely out of the way, I'm not going to have any problems any place that I'm going to take it. But the worst place that I'm going to take it, I've probably been to, was the one that I did the video on. That road was tough, even though it was nicely paved. Those dips that came in there, some of them scraped on the wheel on that. And like I said, because that wheel is this big, so it's hanging down below that A-frame where it comes to the ball. It's hanging down, a good 4.5 inches. So getting that out of the way, I should be fine. We'll see. Um, but I think it's cool. And I think the base model of mine, without the upgrade of the battery and the whole roof solar panel, I think it's a 500,000, 500,000. Don't quote me exactly, but I think it's right around there because I think I paid 700, I think, for mine with the upgrades. So we'll see. But I do enjoy it. In fact, I was just talking about heading out maybe next week. Now I'm going to see. I got to still talk to Robert Mack. I'm sure maybe he'll float in here. We haven't hit up. I know his wife just came in on Friday, but I haven't met Robert yet face to face. So we've been trying to do that for a while. He did have a motorcycle, and we're gonna try to do that, and still might. I don't know. I don't know if his wife is gonna want to sit on the back of a bike for a long time. What was the other? Oh, the bike. I'm impressed. I'm the only thing that I don't like when I got it back. It's got a little bit of a what you a normal person would call it a backfire. It's got a lean pop on deceleration, which is actually an afterfire. A backfire is actually through the carburetor, and it's not doing that. It's definitely an afterfire. So I think it's either the pilot jet needs to be adjusted or replaced with a bigger one. It's lean when you let off. Um, so it's basically in that low end and the idle screw part of the carburetors, the two carburetors. Hey, Louis, thanks. Big Mac is the best. Hey, you're the best, man. I appreciate it. My wife will be happy. She's out screwing with her plants. The So it's just a little lean pop. It doesn't bother me too much, except I just don't like something that's just not completely right, especially when I'm sitting on it. He did the leaks in the barrels and the heads and everything are all taken care of and done. Charging perfectly. Had to put a new radiator on it. The radiator, when he put it on, had a big, ugly, crappy looking patch that they welded on the back of it. He modified. He had a hard time finding the one for that. It's an older bike. It's a '92, uh, and there's one I wanted an older one. I wanted one with a chain drive and not a shaft drive. Uh, and everything they did brand new. The Dunlop tires on it are awesome. I drove it. I don't know, was it yesterday or day before? I think it was day before. Maybe 35 minutes around Surin, and then got out on the one highway and pressured it a little bit on either side, and Dunlops are awesome tire. So anyway, everything's pretty much done. So I'm going to bring it back and see if he can. I left my Scoopy there because the back tire with a slow leak in it, and I just wanted him to go through it and change all the fluids and that. So when I drive around town here, and see if he wants to make an adjustment, I'd like him to at least try. I don't want to get in there and start screwing with it, but it's definitely a lean pop. It's definitely in that lower end screw. So, well, I'll let him give a shot at it and see what he thinks. I'd rather be run a little bit rich than run lean. It's just me. Lean, you can do a lot of damage. Rich, you can do a little bit of, crap that you can clean up real quick. Anyway, so that's enough about the bike. But I'm going to do a video on it. Some people were asking for it, what happened with it, but it's it's not perfect by any means. I ordered a little bit of some rust cleaner and chrome cleaner that I'll do on some of the rims. Aren't the back rim's solid, which I don't particularly like either, but I didn't feel like putting any more money into it. Right now I've got 125 in it. It cost 20 for everything that he did, and the tires were $9,000. So everything else that he did to it for 10, 11 grand bought, I thought was reasonable. And he seems to know what he's doing. I'm just surprised he didn't try to adjust that carburetor again. Maybe he did. All he's got to do is tell me I tried to adjust it 10 times, Dave, and it still wants a lean pop. Then maybe I'll say, why don't you go up one size in the pilot, and then we'll screw with it a little bit. And if it doesn't go away, then we'll leave it like that. Like I said, it isn't that big of a deal. Especially it's very, very slight. Put it that way, slight. I've had ridden Harleys that had a bigger lean pop than that, and I never had any problem with it. That I fought and fought and fought, ended up just changing the carburetor out. Back in the days when we used to go with, we tried to go with stock carburetors, but Bendix, but ended up putting S&S. They make an awesome. Well, I don't know what they do today. They made an awesome carburetor back in the day. Let's see. What's that best recommendation? I think that I don't know. What would have been one in the States? Pepto Bismol, right? Is that no? It was something else. Um, God, it's been so long. I'm sure somebody will help you out. What was the name of that crap that you took for any kind of problem like that? I know Pepto Bismol. I think was for the stomach, but there was another one that was for just that. I don't know. No Pepto here. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, Modium. That's one. I think. And I don't know if they have that. But all you got to do is just go to the pharmacy, any pharmacy, and just walk in and say, I have water coming out the wrong port. I don't know how you would say it. But get your point across. They'll tell you what they have, the equivalent, what they use here in Thailand, and they're all pretty. I haven't ran across one that just didn't know shit. Usually they like Chuck has that one buddy up the street. It's always a good idea once you get into, as a little tip, when you get into an area where you know is going to be your home base, which Jay hasn't gotten that far yet, I don't believe. Uh, Start becoming friendly with the local pharmacist that you get along with. Maybe speaks a little bit of English, blah blah blah, because they can help you out quite a bit, short of going to the full blown doctor, runny nose, ear drops and nose drops and what for your throat and that kind of stuff. They can help you out big time. But I would, yeah, that's it. There is Pepto. Hey Jake, but it's marketed. Yeah, if you go to, I would go and check it out and just tell the pharmacist and see what they're. But I've heard of Imodium before. I thought Pepto did it too, but I know it was more for your stomach upset. This one you should take it all the time. Eat only rice for a few days. Yeah, and I know, like on upset stomachs and stuff. I know I haven't done it yet, but I've heard Chuck and Paige say numerous times that charcoal pills for any kind of upset stomach, and maybe would help. I don't know if you got the stomach too, or just the other end. Yeah, I know. I have too. I think so. And don't you think it's a good idea to become friendly with one? I know I have right up the street here. She's great. She's awesome. And like I said, they're almost like uh, I don't know, a what would you call it, a nurse practitioner or a nurse or whatever. I mean, they're quite knowledgeable. Um, I don't even know. I think they have to go to school. They might not though. I could be totally wrong on that. But the ones that I have talked to have been knowledgeable, and like I said, in most cases, like what Jake had said, they'll tell you, yeah, this stuff here, which is the equivalent of Pepto back in the United States, or this in Australia, or this. They're just find the right one, good English, and you'll appreciate that down the road for the little crap, you know. Mini clinics here in the States. Yeah, I agree, Jake. And they know. Active ingredient in Imodium is okay if you say so, Jake. Uh, had some charcoal tablets and some Imodium. Oh, okay, well that should do it. Charcoal pills, right? I've never taken them, but I've heard Chuck talk about them numerous times. Numerous times. University educated, their assistants probably not. You're probably right. I have to agree with you on that. Uh, but yeah, I once you find one and that you use, like I said, you're not at that. I don't think you're at that point, or do you know you're going to be in John Tim or whatever? I don't think you know that yet. I think you're just 2 years out, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I could be wrong. Jay, you can set me straight if you want to. I know it's close though. I know it's within a couple of years. Cobus is saying that should do the trick. I think so too. Um, I haven't had that. Correct, not yet. Okay. Uh, I haven't had that problem here, man. The only thing that's happened to me is that I can eat way spicier foods, and I considered my stomach close to iron when because of growing up and my mom, and she liked everything spicy with Italian hot peppers and um, and that kind of stuff. And I love Mexican food and jalapenos and you know and um, all the hot peppers on the down that side of the deal were good. And when I got here, boy, I was brought to next level with, I think, papaya salad. I think I had the hardest time of grasping the papaya salad. It still to this day, and I can eat real spicy stuff. The papaya salad still, if somebody's made it quite Isan style, it can burn you up. But I have a way better stomach now. Hey Maui, how you doing? I know you said you've been feeling under the weather, but I didn't get to watch your video. Maui's got a video out on I think you said something about the Forza in the video. So by all means, check it out. Hey, Mark, how you doing, brother? Hope you're well. Um, but a lot spicier food. And I used to. I mean, I'm probably close to the same weight as when I got here. And 80 degrees, I was just a ball of sweat. And now, 5 years later, acclimation, I don't know, but I don't sweat like that now. If I can take up to 90, before I was just totally miserable at 80. Now it feels comfortable to me. I don't know. All right, from the motorbike trip. Okay, cool, guys. If you get a chance, you should watch that. Uh, if I had to guess, an omelet was the culprit at our hotel in Bangkok. U.S. food is coming out. Yeah, I don't know who. Somebody told me they got sick on. I think it was in a video, one on YouTube. Oh, it was Thailand Rob. He got food poisoning from an egg, a bad egg. And I'm like weird, man. When I went to Costa Rica, same thing. I'm looking in the refrigerated section. Where are your eggs? Over here, sitting on the floor, aisle 3, just sitting there. And I mean, if eggs weren't supposed to be refrigerated, don't you think that they would not put the egg portion in your refrigerator where you could just set the eggs in? I don't know. I'm like, why not? I mean, unless you don't have the room for them. Like my mother-in-law, once they get going on food and stuff and everything, they then got room, 1 inch of room in my giant side by side refrigerator, which she has now almost moved out of. Was supposed to be out of there by the first, after we got done building the U-Bahn house, which is now done. And she's supposed to be out in the Thai kitchen that I built here in Surin specifically for her. She's close. She's real close. And they know because I get real aggravated. I try not to, I'm sabai sabai. I mean, an immigration officer would have to kick me to get me pissed off. I would, yes, sir. No, yeah, You need that paper? I'll be back tomorrow with that. My hat off, bald head shining, and just a smile on my face. And it's worked for me for 5 years. So, in case you know, you have to be that way. Thanks, Louis. The USSA, yeah, I appreciate it. The wife will be extremely happy. She's smiling. She doesn't know it yet. She'll be smiling more. She's still putting stuff together. We did our part. Now we're getting ready for this year, and she's already got a bunch of stuff in her mind on what she's going to do. But yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, every refrigerator that I've seen, even this one little one behind me, I think, a little bitty thing right there, I think has an egg tray in it for to put eggs. So, I don't know. It says keep refrigerated. Uh, and I don't know. I think maybe it's because what we do to them here. What do we do to them? We do something to them, don't we? The eggs. I'm horrible. Um, Jake will know. We do something to them. But anyway, I don't know. I feel a lot better putting my eggs in the refrigerator. Although they're on the counter in the house right now and I still eat them. But that one time, I don't know. I've had food poisoning twice in my life. And if you haven't had food poisoning, consider yourself very lucky. And I consider myself lucky because I didn't get it the first time until I was on my way to Buffalo, of all places. Not a place to get it in the middle of the air on a 6 hour, 7 hour flight, 8 hours, whatever it was. And that was probably 10 years ago. And then I got it here once, which I consider still probably pretty good. I know people here that have got it more than that here in 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 Thailand. My wife, even when we're out riding around, she likes to stop at places that she's been before. On the trip to Ubon, every time at the house. She knows 5 or 6 noodle places that she's been to, and this kind of place and that kind of place. And she doesn't like more for me. She said for me. She said my stomach's not in tune like hers is. To just try anything. But I don't know. I felt pretty confident. I in the markets and stuff like that. I'll eat whatever. A couple of the one that got me sick was those little pork filled little like Reese's buttercups. What they look like to me, the little ones, not big, but the little ones that they put in, they steam them and that kind of stuff. They sell them at 7-Eleven. They sell them every market that I've been in. There's probably a name for them, but this one you could tell the wrap, um, it's almost like what you would wrap uh, an egg roll in or whatever that same type thing, but not deep fried. They're just steamed, and it was like flaky. It looked old, and I ate it anyway. And I'm almost positive that's what got me. So go with your eyes and your gut. When you see something that's marginal, just don't eat it. Especially if you only paid 30 baht for it. What's the big deal? Throw it in the trash. But I don't like. If you haven't had it, it's a miserable son of a gun. Let me tell you. Everyone else saying they have a coating on them. Yeah, I don't know. I never had a problem in the states. With eggs, and maybe that's far and few between. I mean, maybe the thing been rotten for 8 days. I don't know. Maybe he was drunk and didn't realize that it smelled like rotten eggs and ate it anyway. But I know he wasn't too happy with himself. If I remember the video right. Um, yeah, I'm not big on yogurt, but I know that again. I watch a lot of No Time to Be Sad, as you can tell. Um, uh, they eat it all the time, and my wife does occasionally too. It's supposed to really help with all your stomach stuff, getting used to being here. Now, Lewis is saying if you wash the eggs, put them in the fridge, they will last for 3 weeks. If you buy eggs not washed, they'll last 6 months if kept below 68. Okay, and that's a I don't know. My mom, I don't remember her ever washing any eggs. She took them right out of the carton, put them right on the door of the refrigerator that had a built-in egg rack, and a butter, the little butter lifter too. But I don't remember her ever washing eggs. Um, had it one time after visiting Kotalarn, dirty ice in your Coca-Cola. That's strange. I mean, because of their um, dirty ice is what my rapper name. The when they're freezing stuff, I feel pretty confident about the ice and stuff in the hotels, but I don't know. And as you can see, I still haven't found my clipper because they're ready. It's ready to come off. My Santa Claus duty is over. Next year, I think we're gonna have fun. I'll take that new Shadow. Well, it's like I said, I'm impressed with that 750. Almost looks exactly like my Dyna back in the States, the '08. Um, it actually rides very similar. The front end is pushed out a little bit more than the Dyna. The Dyna's heavier, a lot more horsepower. This is lighter, a lot less horsepower. But to tell you the truth, man, it's not horrible. It's not bad. It's not a complete dog. At least at 67. Maybe at 30, 28, 30 years old, it probably would have been a dog. But it's 45, 44 point something, 45 cubic inches, and it runs pretty good except for that lean pop. And the brakes are mechanical on the back, which is I'm used to in old panheads, knuckleheads. I mean that's what they were. They didn't have fancy stuff, and they're saving a few bucks there. The front disc on there works good. It's got a 19 instead of a 17 in the front, and a 16 instead of a 15, so it sits more like the Dyna. But I'm happy with it. I'll take it for a ride. I bought a pair of tennis shoes, which will be the first pair of tennis shoes that I'll be wearing here in Thailand. It's been, I almost said thongs, but my flops, I've worn pretty much the whole time since the day I took my boots off and retired from that engineering job. So uh, it I'll probably ride it towards Chuck's Way if he's around. Even if he's not, I'll probably just go there for the night, pull in, spend the night, have breakfast, and then come back. But it'd be nice if I go that way to have dinner with them if they're available. But my wife took me over, but it's hard to find, man. These are 11 and a halves, which are the biggest that I could find, and they're still a little bit tight. And my feet, I've got that neuropathy or whatever the frick it is. It feels like they're numb. And the thing that drives me crazy is I know that as I get older, it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. And even just sitting here right now, luckily when I sleep, I can slide it off the bed, and as long as I can't leave like any sheets laying over it or anything like that. It's weird, but for the most part, I can sleep. But it's a little tough putting them inside a shoe. It's a little weird, but I'll do that because it's a little hard to shift with the flops, the flops. um, I don't know. God, didn't anybody call him? Isn't there any old bastards? Where's Bobby when you need him? But we called them thongs. The thongs were the cheap ones that you see some of the Thai people wearing that are all plastic, and they've got the plastic deal that pushes through the hole in the bottom, and they're all rubber. And those were thongs when I was a kid, and it's hard for me to forget it. And everybody says we're trying to not picture you in a thong, Dave, and I have to go and understand that. Robert might know. Went on a 2-hour bike ride. Cool. I was just talking about going someplace. There's a Cali. I'd like to go there. Bobby said he's game for something like that. And I don't know if you want to ride a bike or just take a car and go up there or what you want to do, but get a hold of me because we're getting close to, I don't know, what is it now? 7th already. Are you coming, Sid? Hey, if you guys haven't noticed in the second part of the camping video, I put a thing in there that probably almost made Rob puke. Was the what was it? Artificial maple syrup, because he's been trying to send me a bottle of real maple syrup for how long now? Uh, a year or something. So I got to get him. I guess the address is wrong in the thing. He sent me a little deal, but I figured I was wondering how long it was going to take him to realize it. It didn't take him long. He watched the video and made a comment real quick. Same, but different. Yeah, I don't know. That's what we called them when we were kids. I need a new pair of thongs. It has a whole different meaning. Of course, that pair in there, but I guess you could buy them in that. Because back in the day, the time that I was talking about that, we didn't know there was no floss or very little. Bikini was the closest thing that was, back in the late '60s, early '70s. But that's what they called them, flip flops. Some guys wrote a song about blowing out. Yeah, exactly. And he's gone now. Can you believe that? Unbelievable. It's getting a little weird. Of course, we're getting to that one part. Of course, Logan's not here and Jamie, but about the death deal. But how old was Jimmy when he passed? He wasn't. I want to say he was 70-ish, 71, 72. I'm guessing. Somebody will know. Boy, hell, all the people that we lost, even at young, and I'm talking like Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Richie Vallee, uh, um, the biggest probably, and it's evading me, the one that, God, anyway, the one that went down in the plane with Valance, uh, not the bopper, but I don't know, he's great anyway. Somebody will pop it up. Probably be Jake, but and I'll kick myself for not remembering his name. But all the music that could have been made, I guess Jimmy had a little bit longer, and the people that are passing now had a little bit longer time to do it than Hendrix and Joplin and stuff. Yeah, Buddy Holly, you got it, Jay. Now, how could I forget that? Probably one of my favorite around. Even though things, yes, I remember them being called that. Almost your age, 64. Yeah, that's what we call them. And I'm trying now because people have really gotten on me about calling them thongs. So flip flops, I think, is probably was the next phase, and I would say that's probably more in tune to the flip flops that I have. I would have called flops, but for some reason, from when I was a young kid, that thong it sticks in my head. Uh, Scott made it. Glad you can make it. And you said, what did you? So you said you're going to be here soon. When are you going to? Where are you? Coming soon. Cool. Let me know if there's anything that I can. Yeah, boot camp sour shoes. Exactly. Exactly. You got it. You got it, Ralph. Um, Let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you get here and make your life easier and what you're planning on doing. I would go. Yeah, they don't have. I don't think they really have any sharks here. If they do, they're probably white tip or black tip reefs. Which I mean, they can grab a hold of you, but I don't think you're gonna have to. I don't think you're gonna have to worry about it. I would go either Phuket, uh, either over Hua Hin, or I would go to John Tiem Pattaya area. There'll be a lot of people over there. It's more centrally. I mean, you could still go over and spend some. I don't know how long you're planning on being here the first time, um, but I would spend time over by Joe and Pachuap, Hua Hin. What is it, Chaam? That area. The over the John Tiem and Pattaya area and Rayong, or over in Pattaya, Kamala Beach. There's a Surin Beach, which is right next to Kamala. There's a lot of places in Phuket to see. Um, got a lot of options by the water. You're making me jealous talking about it. I'd love to be by the water. Um, but there is a Surin Beach right next to Kamala. That's where I stayed when I first came here. I didn't realize it. An awesome hotel. The overlooking it was awesome. Right on the over a cliff, looking down. It was a cool place. Of course, I don't remember the name of it, but you'll yeah you can go those. I don't know how long you're gonna stay. Let me know and I'll tell you. Those are the three areas: Hua Hin, Pattaya, and Phuket. Those are the three areas that I would look if that's where you want to be, is by the water. Bull sharks are there? I haven't heard too much about any problems with sharks here. Not like off our California coast or Australia or anything like that. But 2 weeks. Yeah, I would hang out and you could meet people. Like I know Mitch lives over there. There's a lot of people that live in that area uh, that you could find out a lot about. Robbie's there. I mean, there's Mike's. I think. Well, he's in Bangkok. A lot of people in Phuket. I mean, in Pattaya, John Tiem area. That YouTube people, the people that you would know from YouTube. But if you don't care about that, first off, I'd probably go to Phuket. That's just me, because you can take from your hotel wherever you're staying, even if you're over on the one side of the island, and going out the other side of the island would be like the Phi Phi Islands and all a bunch of gorgeous places to see. Krabi across the bay. You could take from your hotel. You could get your actual trip for the day to Phi Phi Island would include from your hotel to the dock over here, over to the island, lunch on the island, even a little snorkeling trip back here, and then back to your hotel. So you could kind of get a better look around. Krabi was really nice too. So you got a lot of options. But um, if I had to guess, I would say that. What's expensive? What I'm talking about, or somebody else say something? Yeah, 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 they're there the two. A lot of them, a lot of people that I know anyway. Um, and you can fly into Phuket, which is another option. You don't have to fly into. Where are you coming out of? Midwest, right? You can fly into Phuket. You don't have to fly into Bangkok and then out again. Of course, if you're going to Hua Hin or to Pattaya, you can fly into Bangkok and take a bus for like, or not a bus, but an air conditioned van, and they're not bad for like 300 for $10 or something, and go either way. And it might even be cheaper than that. I think it was 180 baht for me to go from Bangkok to Hua Hin. Yeah, but you could. There's so many places in Kamala and along there. You could rent a scooter if you feel okay on riding around. It gets a little dicey going out of Patong and down there. Big tourist areas. There's a big ass walking street there if that's what you're into. So you would have that same option in, I guess, anywhere you went. But there's a good option there for going to the bars there. Um, it you can spend as much money as you want. Put it that way. You get a little snorkeling trip right off of the island there. If you have a scooter, you can go over and get a boat out of the other side and save money on that. There's a lot of ways to save money. I'll talk to you about it. We can. Yeah, yeah. No, you don't have to. Like I said, if you're gonna chase 20-year-olds, yeah, you're gonna spend some money. If you're gonna go and check out and relax, and that's where you want to retire, it's not going to cost you as much. Put it that way. That's all I use is a Goda. I'm high on what Jay's saying. I I like a Goda. They're owned by Book It or Booking or one of the other, the book.com. I don't know, but I have never had a problem with them, and I've been using them for 5 years just here. East Coast. My travel agent wants me to fly to the Middle East. Really? And they couldn't pay me enough money to fly to the Middle East. Yeah, but it's a lot. It's really weird because see, I could fly if I wanted to fly just economy. That I won't. I don't want to fly anymore. I just looked at one. We can go through that too. Let's see. I think it was in February, round trip to LAX. I got February 6th to February 23rd. That was before my wife will find out on the 18th what's going to happen with her surgery. But I think it was seven. It was under $800 on China Air, which is not China, so it's supposed to be really good. But it's not like I used to fly. But the pricing seems to be 800. Well, it went up a little bit. 850, $850. And everything's backwards on this camera. I got to figure out how to do that. $854 on Philippine Airlines, which I heard is okay. But I know that Chuck had said, and other people that were flying into the Midwest or the East Coast, it's a lot more expensive. I don't know. I like this Just Fly or whatever it is app. It seems pretty good, but you can, I don't know what this is actually flying into BKK. So it was within pennies of flying. It was actually a little bit cheaper flying into Phuket, if I remember right. That was before pre-COVID. Um, but I don't know. I don't know what it's like. But anything, I was figuring after everything in January and February, and if I was still going to fly economy, which I wouldn't, I don't fly business class, but the um, I figured anything under 1,000 was going to be a fairly decent price, and they've been coming down. Because when I checked this less than a week ago, it was $100 cheaper. It was 750 something. Yeah, I think so too. SEA currently, in my humble opinion, yes, round trip through San Francisco is less than 1,000 usually. Yeah, it's coming back. I thought they had SeaTac, and that's what you were talking about, right, TJ? Yeah. I just want to check your. That won't be a problem. We'll meet up for sure. But yeah, everyone blows her. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it depends. I would do what you want to do. I mean, I would just put a budget together. This is what I want to spend, and worst case scenario is in a week and a half you have blown all your money, and you get to sit on a gorgeous beach in the morning and sip coffee or overlook out of your hood. You relax. It 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 wouldn't be a bad thing to have spent all your money and still have 2 days left in your vacation if you did everything that you wanted to do. If you could control yourself and uh, and regulate your money, which I've never been able to do too well, you will you will you'll be fine. Trust me. Yeah, add 5 to 7. That sounds about right, Stephen. Because I think when Chuck was saying he was like 1,500 or something like that for to fly into Houston or something like that. So what kind of things do you want to do while you're here? Yeah, that's the deal. Are you looking for place to retire? Are you looking? I've just been cooped up in my freaking house and I haven't done anything, and I just went through 18 divorces, and I just went out and I want to go crazy. Then I want to go and search some place to retire. Then you might want to jump 2 or 3 places during the 2 weeks, which 3 or 4 days or 5, 10, 15 days, 5 days in each place. That's doable. I would do 5 days in Hua Hin at that area, 5 days in Phuket, and 5 days in John Tiem Pattaya. If that's what you're looking for. If you're looking to, where's my main base going to be when I decide I want to retire here? I need to, Jay. I had to drive the Scoopy over to pick up the other bike. I mean, I am selling the one infield, the excuse me, the Himalaya. I just haven't taken pictures of it. I got all the paperwork. It's registered here in Surin and everything ready to go. Get rid of that. Then I'll have the CT 125, the Scoopy. I'll have the Shadow, and I'll have the Forza, and then my father-in-law's bike and my wife's Scoopy. So we'll have 6 of them here, which is probably 3 too many. But I might take the one of them to leave in Ubon and use that to get around. I The brother there that redid if you ever saw the video back in the day when I redid my wife's first carbureted Wave 100S, we ended up giving that or lending it. It's gone in Ubon to the aunt. So I would have had that, but get something like that just to keep at the house. And I might end up closing one of those bays in Ubon and putting a door on it, actually maybe air conditioning it to where if I wanted to go there and build something, go there during the week, and if I found an old Harley or some kind of a UK, a BSA, a Triumph, a Norton, anything interesting and old, and redo it, I'd have a place to do it. I don't care about money, just want to feel safe. I'm 55 and have my share of women, just want to eat good food and go to bed. Any of the places you could do what you want. I was in Kamala. I was still, it had only been 4 months since this one passed. And I didn't go out. I was in Kamala for 8 months. I went out twice to meet Rob, 20 seconds in Thailand, twice at a bar, the White Horse, whatever if you're into watching him, I liked Rob. Uh, he's a good guy. Um, and did that. Then I went. Uh, that was the only 2 nights I was out after dark. That's why people said, "Oh, you didn't go to the bar, you didn't go here, and you didn't go there." Oh, my air conditioner stopped. Still got electricity. Better find out. Huh, something happened. Anyway, so and every night I was in. Um, I would say I would if you still want to retire here, right? Hey Jim, what's up? Meow and Jim, if you're, I'm sure you're both together. I still got to talk to you, Jim, about and both of you actually, and it's very easy. I mean, I could talk to you right on here if you're both together. I'm coming this summer to hook up. I got my passport after 10 months. Cool. It isn't anything major because I know I had asked Jim a while back. I know that you had worked at Disneyland. The oldest daughter, she wants to go to the USA for 6 months or 8 months and wants to work. And I she wanted to work at Disneyland, and I told her, well, you probably need to speak a little bit of English, and I said, and you probably need I don't know. I said, I don't know. But I said, I do know somebody that worked there for a long time. So he might know uh, who you'd need to go see and what you would need to do. That was the what I was going to ask you if you knew or whatever. So I'll still try to get a hold of you. And hello, hope you guys are doing well. You guys went to Kauai, right? Up in the mountains. I really want to go up there. That was that deal I showed earlier. They're having a caravan 2 day expo something up there, and the guy that wants us to go and pay for the trip there so that we can have one of his trailers there, I guess, to help him sell. My wife is trying to anything to make money. My wife will do, but I'm just looking to go up there because I know you went up there. Another YouTuber that I think it was Kia, right? Went up there, and she actually did. They tried to do a camping thing and ended up staying in a hotel, I think. But anyway, I'll see. And your move, and your guys are also going back to Udon, right? Are you going to go back and stay and build a place, or are you guys just going back there to stay for a while? I saw a lot of them from Thailand several years. I don't know for sure because I can't remember, but I think that's how Meow went. Didn't you go there on some kind of a thing? Anyway, I know you guys would know a lot more than I would know on who to contact and what to do and what would be the best way to go about it. She's got a 3 month. She's in her. I guess it would be her dissertation of her college deal. She she has 3 months. She's already been a month and a half at another school, actually teaching younger children traditional Thai dance. When she gets done with that 3 months, she gets her certificate from whatever the college and all that, and she can actually go any place in Thailand and teach traditional Thai dance. She wanted to take a break and go see the United States and see what that was all about, and maybe work someplace. And how she came up with Disneyland, I don't know, but that was what she came up with. So we'll see. We're there until your mom kicks you out. I think that'll be hard to do. Uh, but well, you guys were eventually we're gonna build something there anyway, right? Yeah, I know. I got to find my either got to buy a new pair or or find. I can't find them. I still got to show you guys the pictures of this elaborate um, uh, closet system that my wife put in the bedroom. I mean, it's she designed it. Her and the same one that did the kitchen here in Surin built it. Just fantastic. It's awesome. Three big giant doors, big deep places to put pants and hang all her shit, and then in front of the bed, a 65-inch TV and glass deals here and under counter here. Then they made a doorway to go into the other room. Then you'd go left and go right out into the living room, or you go straight into the bathroom. And right next to that, he built a vanity with storage. I mean, and he built an inside Buddha place upstairs, and he moved my oven in the kitchen. And phenomenal stuff, but I got to do a shot on it, a short on it. Need English or Spanish speaking for dinner. That's what I kind of told her. I figured. I said, I don't know, but I said, I'll ask and we'll find out. I said, I know just the people to ask what they would need, but I will tell her that. I told them both that. The youngest, the oldest, she's not really, I don't think she's too versed in English. The younger one, she's still got 2 years to go. She might be one that might do it. But she understands more than my wife does. She just doesn't speak it too well, but she understands when I say something. She understands it, and when she shakes her head, yes, I know she's not just. Well, I still don't understand what the hell you said, but I'm going to shake my head. Yes, I don't get that at all out of her. She's so she might be. So I'll tell them both next time I see them that before you can take one step further, you need to speak English. I'm selling uh the God, how come my mind, God, I hope I don't go senile. The Himalaya. It's like 500 cc, lower horsepower, good for what I'm going to say somebody that's just getting started in kind of like it's got soft bags on it. I put a gas tank, an extra gas tank on it. It's more like what I call a dual purpose bike back in the day, an enduro type thing, made by Royal Enfield. It's a nice bike, but if you're into that kind of stuff, it'd be perfect for somebody that is an entry level. God, what would you call it? Like these big, the bigger bikes that people are riding with the suit. The all the cases on them and everything else. God, what do they call them? Anyway, it's that type of bike. You can look up on the almighty Google and you'll see it. Or where I bought it off a marketplace. Jim wants a small one. Yeah, I would definitely, if you're into wanting that kind of a bike to do adventure, whatever you call it, I guess whatever they call it, it would be a good entry level one for that. It's not over horsepowered, um, but if you're looking for a scooter type thing, that's not what you would want. Like, yeah, but according to him and her, um, they're still boyfriend and girlfriend. So uh, I don't know. I think he wanted to do it. In fact, he just said something in his video because I watch him. I like that camper, van life, solo camper, moto camping, that kind of thing. Um, so I've been watching him and to support him. But he said somebody else had asked, "Why are you doing this? Are you crazy or whatever?" And he said, "Go back and watch the very first video," and he explains his reasoning. So, and I didn't go back and look at it, but it's not something that he just all of a sudden said, "Yeah, this is what I want to do." He's been thinking about this for a long time, and it sounds like he's going to get ready to get out of that entry level van and get into the 100,000 area of camper life. If Jim, if you find out what you want, my the brother, the one that's living in the house in Ubon, that's what he does. That's where I bought my Scoopy, which is an awesome little bike. Um, I think if I had to suggest one, probably a Wave, and that's just basically you have to shift it, but there's no clutch. And they're in the 125 cc's of my PCX was the perfect bike, and they make those in 160s now, and that's more of a Forza looking scooter. The ADV is a good bike too. So let me know what you're thinking about, and I'll give you my 2 cents on what I think would be good for you. I was taking what did PJ saying? What taking delivery from factory on what you are? Did I miss? Probably missed something. Did I miss what you were? Oh, Sorry, I didn't see what taking delivery. Yeah, the something went over my. But yeah, Jim, no problem. But a PCX is a good bike, and I rode that for over a year, and I took that from Camelot. I took it on road trips with just a top box to um, uh, Krabi twice, up the coast to God, where God, I can't remember the name. A couple places, and it'll cruise at like 90 and 80. You just got to be on the side of the road, but it all depends on what you want. Last year, I'm still lost, PJ. Unless unless you're talking to somebody else, which could very well be. But I'm gonna finish this. How long has it been? God, we've been an hour and 10 minutes. This was supposed to be a short one. Yeah, I the clicks probably right there with it too, and they even make the clicks now 150 cc's. And secondhand, it all depends. To me, I would probably buy if I could find when I if I was buying another Forza, I would definitely buy it secondhand, and I would definitely buy it off of somebody that bought it, an expat. He rode it. It's got a whole 3,000 kilometers on it. He's had it for 2 years and took it in for a service and, took care of it or whatever. And that's what I would do. And you'd save, I think, what did I pay? 182, no, 178. And I think you could find a real nice Forza for the 140s, 150s, maybe unless 30,000, 40,000 bought cheaper. It's nice to have the new thing too. And for that amount of money, when you're really thinking about it, I don't even know what is 40,000. 369, $1,200 or something. I don't know. It might be worth it. All up to you. And it depends on what size of bike that um, that you want. But clicks anything Honda. I think they're top of the line. Let's see. Have you seen any classic car collection? Yeah, no, I haven't. I haven't. You're gonna be at that thing. What do you have? Do you have an RV, a caravan? I have to say caravan unless there's in case there's people Australians like Mark in the chat. They won't understand when I say trailer. Hey Mark, just kidding. Um, hey brother, how are you? Hey Money RV. Okay, I don't know if I know what that is either. Well, cool. If you're gonna be there, we definitely got to look up. We got to look up each other. And I'm going to be there because my wife had already said she just hit me up this morning on it. Like I said, guy in Bury Ram wants to look at this trailer. That got her started talking. The guy said I'll give because I had told him I want to once I get it here I want an extra spare wheel and some other stuff that I wanted. He said I'll give all that to Dave, and then if the guy buys it, you can make money. My wife's I can make what? So she's looking to go to this event and try to sell this thing to somebody, which is fine with me. Uh, it all depends. Like I said, it's what you got, what he's going to do with it. It's nice to have something brand new, and for the price of some of them, depending on what you want, it's a lot less. Like if you want a couple-year-old click, you might be better off just buying a brand new one and spending 10,000 baht more. Depends on what you guys want. If you want if you want something on the smaller side, I would say a click would probably be ideal. But I would just go down and look. But they're easy to ride. You have to shift them, but there's no clutch. So all you do is just hammer it up and down. I love my Scoopy. Now, the only thing that I was kind of shying away with, although I've had my Scoopy for 2 years now, or maybe longer, it's air cooled and not water cooled. I think the new waves are water cooled. Could be wrong on that too, but I have never had a problem with my Scoopy, and it's air cooled. Um, so it depends on what size you guys are looking at. Is it just something to just get around the village in Udon, or you want to, venture out and go someplace on them? That would make the difference on what I would suggest. Some motorcycles showing BKK may be worth. I don't know. I didn't even know the the car shows and stuff. I've I would love to go to one and see, but let's see what PJ say. Classic Car Caravan is now building a RV with a slide out and now 3 floor plans. We bought first year, should have waited 2 years, a lot better quality. So I'm imagining the place that's putting this thing on, that's the one you bought. I'm gathering. Um, like I said, mine probably what I want. I've had big giant stuff and I've had little stuff and motorhomes and fifth wheels and slide outs and all sorts of stuff. And for here in Thailand, this little trailer, I dig it, man. It would I like to make the leveling of it a little easier so I didn't have to get down on a knee to hit it with an impact, which makes it a lot easier. It's pretty easy to set up. It's got enough room inside it for the 4 of us to be in there if it was raining. Would still be okay. The kids, they like to camp, and I bought them both those little throw out spring open tents, and they just love them. I think they were 850 baht each or something, cheap, and they lasted at least one trip so far. We'll see what happens. But I don't need anything more than that. The one, yeah, there's this yo-yo something, and I'm guessing that she's Korean. I think maybe Chinese, but she has like the same size type trailer, but just like the Cadillac of, I mean, everything in it is top notch. And what else it's got? She unhitches it off of her car, and she's got a little remote control deal, and these on either side, these rollers come over and hit the wheel, and she drives the damn thing, backs it off of the car, turns it, backs it into where she wants to camp, and then sets it up. She doesn't have to back the thing up or do anything. It's all in the thing, and these thing yo-yo camping, I think, is what it's called. YO camping, and she's got a bunch of followers, like 1 million followers or something. I think they like to follow these girls around. He doesn't talk or anything, a little bit, but not much. I haven't watched in a little while, but the trailer that she bought was freaking awesome. But it didn't. I don't think it didn't have a slide or anything like that. But like I said, I feel cozy in mine, and I like the idea. I don't know, what did you put in yours as far as any kind of solar deal? Because I can run my 24-volt, 24 hours. Uh, not a problem. I probably could even run it longer than that. And that's what I was concerned about. Okay, what did I miss? I got behind because I started to ramble. Okay, have a great. Thanks for stopping by, Mark. If you're still here. Thanks, Ron. I know Thailand is not good for haggling prices. Seem that they would rather throw in extras. Yeah, that's all they do here. If you go and buy a truck, they'll give you the little covers to keep the rain from coming in the windows, which I didn't get. They'll give you a front, a camera, recording camera. Um, what else will they give you? They'll give you. There's 2 or 3 things, but as far as the price, that price is solid. Most everything that I've seen, anyway. You're right, is pretty much solid throughout Thailand. Go from here in Thailand to here in Thailand, and it's the same amount of money. I'm saying I'm 205, and my ex from Japan tells me that the women in Southeast Asia will love you. To finish the story, she still loves me. Why do short Asian women like tall guys? I don't know. I'm short and fat, and they like me too. I don't know. I'm 5'10". Is that short? I don't know. Added extra solar, 110 watts to 340 watts. Yeah, see, I got 1,000 watts of panel on my roof. But I hope to wrap with you when we get there. I'd like to see what other people have gotten here. I've been noticed all the Thai people when I went up there camping came over to wanted to uh, wanted to see what was going on, including like I said, I believe the brother, a prince, was in that area, and they had all sorts of, and the top notch head of whatever army or whatever it was came over and wanted to look inside and asked all sorts of questions, and um, uh, they're really interested in it. But I think what the Thai people are looking at, like we were talking about in last live stream or whatever, is the American dream to me was camping. That's what we did with the family when we were kids. It didn't matter whether we were in tents or whatever, but mainly tent camping. They can go up and they can buy a tent for 500 baht, keep it with them, and go camping. And I don't God, I don't think it's much. 100 baht, maybe nothing. I don't know. But they're getting into it, saying this is something we can afford to do. We can throw our family in our family pickup truck and head out, and it doesn't cost us. We can afford to do this, and I think it's awesome. I think a lot of Thai people are getting into it. Yeah, 1 year. I think we got it on both. We got 1 year. We got 1 year too. Some of that stuff is the youngest, the daughter that we got the Suzuki for. She had a first little accident, and it cost what did it cost 12,000 baht for the year for the top quality replace everything type thing for her. And the only thing I could also say, if you got something, I've got front and rear cameras on my Forza. I got we got cameras on all the vehicles, especially being this colored skin. I would suggest it to anybody. Uh, put a camera in, especially since you can go and have one installed for near nothing. To me, near nothing is like, I don't know, 3 or 4 thousand, 5,000 baht, 150, $200. Anything that could happen. I know that Brock got in an accident with a scooter or something in his village, and it's just good to have. They can pull that SIM card and go, you know, yeah, sorry, you were wrong. But I would definitely have it. Ron has to leave. Okay, peeps. Meeting for lunch with Mike and Nicole and Joe and Gift got around autograph. But they're here? Or they're where are you at? But no, I know I'll never pronounce it. But good. All right. Tell Joe I said hello. And tell them all I said hello. And Gift. All right, Ron, have a good one. What do I think of? What's a Hover X1? Because I didn't look at very many different trailers. I looked at this one, liked it, and I bought it. I probably should have, but as it turns out, this guy is a Thai guy, um, Chinese wife. I think she's pregnant, and they have one kid. Really a nice guy. Bent over backwards, did all the paperwork. I didn't have to do anything. The licensing, the this and that, the taxes was a big deal too, and he helped me out with that too. And I liked it, And like I said, I've been happy with it, except for me, screwing up a couple things, ripping off one of the stabilizer jacks because it didn't get rolled up and that kind of thing. Mainly, except for the one water gauge that has went out once and now has gone out again. And if that's the extent of the stuff that's going to pop up, wrong and bad, I can live with that. I will say hello for everyone. All right, Ron, take it easy. Yeah, Jake's. That's where Jake, I think, is from too. And when they say it, I go, "Oh, I could do it," and then I forget how to pronounce it. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? Glad you could stop by. So, all right, it's been an hour and 25 minutes. Now that Andrew's here, we can leave. Um, I got to go out and see what my wife's up to. She's happiest when she's screwing with her plants. Check out some of these, and I'll probably do that one video on the 750 Honda Shadow. But I'm really happy with it and with the work they did. You guys will probably see clips before I put it out because I won't do one now, one until. Well, see, I'm supposed to do one on Monday. Today is Sunday, right? I don't know. I got to figure. I got to stick to Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and so that other people know, because everybody out there is stand-up people, at least friends of mine like Robert Mack, saying I don't want to do one. Dave is doing a live stream, and that's what I like about all the people that at least are associated that I'm friends with on YouTube are just good stand-up people. I mean, it's awesome. Thanks so much for your camping video. Not what I thought it would be. Yeah, we'll see. I'll have more fun when I go out there. I think even not more fun, different fun by myself. I'll probably ramble a lot. The videos people probably won't watch, but it's okay as long as I'm having fun. But all right, I'm going to, as always, let me get over here. Say that Richard from Richard Travels does both my intros and outros on these live streams, on this live stream. And I hope everything's going good for you, Richard. And I want to thank everybody that's subscribed. You guys are awesome. I mean, we get people coming in and out. I'm actually, thanks for watching the camping videos. I mean, the one's got over 800. That's a lot of views for me. I think 800 and the other one's got like 400 or something like that. That's a lot for me, and I really appreciate it. Anybody that watch that or rewatches this, and if you're not subscribed, please think about it. Just trying to build a core little deal here. I like meeting people. I like having a good time. We try to stay away from as much drama as possible here. So thanks everybody that is subscribed. You guys are awesome, and the future subscribers. And everybody have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're at. And I will catch you on the next one.